Greetings, fellow players. DH here. So I've come to the conclusion that for every time we pick up a new player that wants to play with us as a squad, we turn out to teach them the basics and stuff. I was like, I figure I'll just make a tutorial video, just a small one, giving you the basics, especially to the beginning part, because that's almost the most important thing of the whole thing. You have a good start, you're generally going to have a good game or a decent game or the ability to have a good game after that point. That's not to say if you have a crappy start, you're going to lose. We've had those starts before. We've done bad most of the time, but a few times we've been able to salvage stuff and pull off miracles even. So without further ado, let's begin our tutorial video. Okay, so here we are. You can see I've already laid a marker down in Poyana, because I am the mayor of Poyana. Well, East Poyana. A lot of gerrymandering going on, and whatever. So I laid that down, and then the next thing I did was I lined up the tail of the plane to see exactly where I'm going over this map. And where it lined up was around the power plant. So you can see in the bottom left, that's where the plane is currently. And I know I'm going to be going at a slight northerly angle, heading west, right over the power plant, so I can give a good approximation of where I'll be. And it'll probably be closer to the power plant by the time I jump to get to Poyana. And I'll show you how to do that rudimentary geometry just to figure out like when you should jump. But right now I need to get the basics down so I know where I'm going, and I'll have a good set of coordinates, directional coordinates, when I jump. Also, this is also very important with squads. You want to lay these markers down as soon as possible and figure it out. So this way you can all coordinate getting to a specific location. Okay, let's talk about what I'm doing here. I'm basically using the tips. There's a little bump on the tip of the wing, and I'm lining up with the other end of that bump on the other side of the wing. And what this allows me to do is it tells me that where I'm looking is perpendicular to the flight of the plane, the direction it's heading. And why I'm doing that is, again, it's in a bigger part of another simple geometry trick. If you look up top, you could tell that the way I'm looking, my heading, is currently just slightly west of north, and then you can see my marker to the right. When my marker that I laid down, the yellow, matches the direction I'm looking, the heading, that tells me that where I'm jumping to is now at a right angle from the flight path, which also means that is the closest point I will be to that marker. That is my jump point. That is more or less what you should be doing. This is just a simple over explanation. You'll start getting a better idea of how to do it. It's fast, but you can see this is just the simplest way to do it. It's not like I have a protractor or anything, so I just use this. This tells me it. Boom. And this will only work if you're actually haven't passed your target. It's rare, but sometimes you'll be facing the wrong direction. The plane will actually be heading the opposite direction so you're not going to achieve that, and that just means you got to jump sooner. But ultimately, you should just probably either A, pick a new location, or B, find a car and try to drive there. Alright, as soon as I egress out of the plane, first thing I do, find my marker point, which I was slightly off when I got out. So I lined it back up. This makes sure my heading's directly to my marker. I start looking up, because if you angle up, angle down, you'll go faster, dropping. This is to extend my jump. I'm pretty far away. I can make this no problem. I'm actually well within my jump parameters to make this. I could go even further and probably even overshoot Poyana, but so I'm going to point up, and as soon as I do that, I can hit Alt to look around, because I'm going to need to free look. So I got my position. I looked up. I hit Alt, so that means my physical direction and heading is locked in. So I'll be locked in at looking upwards and pointing in a little bit west of north. And then so I'm holding Alt. I'm looking around. A couple things I want to check for. A, I need to see if anybody's next to me. If somebody's next to me, that means they're jumping in the same heading. They may not be jumping where I'm going, but there's a possibility of that. And there's little tricks to tell. The first, when you're looking at somebody, is are they maintaining? Are they flanking with you? If they are, it depends on how far your jump is, but they're along with the ride. But if you see them start getting further and further away from you, then that means their jump coordinates where they're going to be landing is someplace slightly different. If it's a long jump, then you know it's going to be way off. If it's a short jump, it's not going to be that far off. I'm going to see if they're diving. If they're diving, then I know they're going someplace underneath me. This is a long jump for me, so if I saw somebody diving, I wouldn't have to worry about it, but I'll take note. You know, most in this area, I'm right over Milta. Yeah, I can just see it. So you could probably had a bunch of people jump and go straight down. Military base is on the way where I'm at, or sorry, the prison is what it's called. The bunkers are here. There's a lot of good things, and that's why I'm going to Poyana. Okay, and you see, I was looking off to my right, checking out that guy who also jumped with me, and I've seen where he was going, and I could see he was going in a different direction. So, I vaguely you'll take a glance to see and remember where they are, how many are where, in case you have to go in that direction. It helps out a little bit. What's happening right here is as I'm traveling into my destination, I am going to pay attention to a couple things. A, my kicking speed. So I'm going to tap forward, and for this I believe I'm using probably about 3/4 of a second. Generally you want to use about 1 second to get an extended jump, but I'm still, like I said, well within my range for Poyana, so I'm going to do this a little bit faster. And I'm going to start looking down. I'm going to look for vehicles, because it may come down to the fact that it's going to be something like a military circle, something really bad. I just need to know where all the vehicles are so I know which direction to start running if I get caught behind the line. There's no guarantees I'm going to find a vehicle in Poyana or anywhere near it. So I just want to make sure I have a great idea. I'm going to continue on with this jump, even if I do see a vehicle, primarily just because for this video, originally when I started it, I was just going to do this jump. I'm just trying to do a far jump to show you guys how to do it. But I just kept on continuing on. I was like, no, I'll show you how to loot, whatever. So, yeah. Pay attention in this video. Make sure it's large as possible. And see if you can spot all the cars. And then figure out what vehicles I'm going to use as I leave or get out. And see if you can do it. And I'll tell you at the end how many there were. When looking for cars, generally you want to look at the roads. It's not until you play enough that you start experiencing and noticing that sometimes cars don't always spawn near roads. There are a few of them. In fact, if you look over just over my right shoulder at that community, there's a little rampway, and sometimes a car spawns there. But the more you play, the more you can get used to, having those odd cars that are spawned here and there. And sometimes it's startling when you come across one because you're like, this isn't a road. Why is there a car there? And you start thinking it may be a player. Well, sometimes it's not. Just play enough, pay attention to where the cars are, because it will save your life. Okay, here I am. I'm going to start going for a manual lineup because I'm getting kind of close, and sometimes the pin's not exactly accurate. And sometimes you're just like, oh, I got to dive a little bit more, and that's what I'm doing right here. And I'm going to line this up and try to get the landing. Be careful. Don't try to get exactly on the edge like I'm doing here. That's a... Sometimes when you do that, and there's other players, you end up falling off the building because the game just says, no, I changed my mind. You're too low. Always grab your first rifle, even if there's nobody around. Okay, so I'm going to loot this building as fast as I can. As I was landing, of course, I peeked as soon as I saw a timer above the map that told me where the circle is going to be, and it's kind of far away, just a bit. So I'm going to try to make this as fast as possible because it's not just this building I want to hit. I want to hit the one next to me, which is the administrative building. This one we call a police station. What I'm doing is targeting high lootable buildings, and this area is a really good cluster. I grabbed 2 M16s. Ideally, I don't want to have to deal with that. I want a better close range weapon. This is going to come down to you and through your playing experience. Some people can absolutely use M16 for close range and just tap away. No problem. I've died to many of those people before. Myself, not so much. I'd rather prefer to use an M4 or a SCAR or an UMP or an AK if I have a compensator. But right now I'm collecting with the best of hope that things are just going to work out my way. So I'm collecting a little bit of 9mm, obviously 5.56. And if I come across any 7.62, I'm gonna collect that as well. And I'm collect all the items, assuming I have like especially sniper rifle items. Those are really nice to kind of keep. Like I have that cheek pad there, the extended mag. It costs me nothing to hold on to these things for now until I start running out of inventory. Then I start ditching off things I most likely won't need. I mean, like right now I have 2 ARs. So SMG material, like if that was a different AR, like if I had an M4 or SCAR, I'd probably ditch all the SMG stuff. Looks like I cleared this building in under three minutes, which is pretty good. You want to be fast, you want to be nimble. I know there's nobody around, but it's that blue line. It's haunting me. Here I am. I'm putting a red dot on my weapon lineup. I use a red dot for close range quarters, not the EOTech holographic. It just feels clunky to me. Everybody has their preference. Again, that's going to come down to you and your play. And I'm already over the wall. That's a crouch jump. You have to make sure that you jump and then crouch in order to make those successfully. And even at that, there's no guarantee. So I cleared out that building pretty good amount of time, and just continue on looking forward and doing pretty well. I'm going to go on to this next building. So this little cluster right here, that building, these little garages, especially these type of garages right here, generally have something really nice. 2x backpack, health kit. I already have a level 2. A lot of times you'll find AR there. I'd say there's probably about a good 40% chance. So they're always worth taking a look into. Yep, I am 100% switching out an M16 for an Uzi, only because it's automatic. And again, this is personal preference. When you're starting out, the best thing to do is always have one close range gun, one mid to long range shooting. In this case, it's the M16, and I'm using the Uzi for close range. I have two purposes for this. One, I'm much better with an automatic weapon because I can spray and I can control recoil. I can do this extremely well with a ump, and I can do this with an M4, and not as well, but still as deadly with a SCAR. Plus, the second part of that is I'm also using the extended mag, so it kind of makes a little bit more room, and I can offload the 9mm as well, which is taking up room in my inventory. Right here I'm switching out a desert camouflage helmet for a dark urban one, only because it's darker. It'll blend in a little bit better. Personal preference again. And of course here I am. I'm going to pick up the ump. This way I can attach the red dot, I can attach the angle grip, and if I have, of course, if I find any barrels, I'll do that too. This is just a much better for me to shoot with. Again, personal preference. People can own with an Uzi. That's on them. Okay, so did when I was parachuting in, did you spot what vehicles I'm probably going to use to exit this place? If you guessed right, you're about to find out. I'm about to go out this window. I believe it was Mobius that taught me the value of have multiple exits out and never take the obvious way out your building. There it is, that motorcycle. You can see it really briefly when flying. It was there, though. The greatest thing about the... it's a 3-passenger motorcycle. They're kind of hard to handle, but they are the greatest at one thing, and I'll show you right now. They are absolutely flawless, well, almost flawless, at doing this. Using it to get to a better vehicle. Because screw that thing, it is a death trap. Oh, did a little bit of misjudgment. For some reason, I thought that house wasn't in until I got there. But I'm going to utilize the line, and I'm going to search for whatever I can. I don't think I'm 100% complete. I'd love a silencer. I'd love a compensator. Definitely health and boosters. Boosters will go a very long way. In fact, I don't think I've seen too many people win without having a butt ton of them. But usually they get them off of other people. I just like to be prepared just in case. Sometimes if I have to ride that blue line, it may come close, but you know, you have a few boosters, some health, you won't give a crap. If you're going to park your vehicle that you're riding into a location, don't park it on the side that points to the blue line, because that's where people are going to be coming in and they're going to see that vehicle. As I'm recording this audio, I had a guy do that, and that just costed him his life because I saw it. It made me stop. Otherwise, I would have passed by the house no problem, but instead I was a little bit more cautious. So I generally want to hide it. I should have done a better job. I really wasn't expecting too many people, but I try to adhere to my own rules regardless. Okay, let's go over this in slow motion, and we'll see what happened. Take notice, the first thing I did was I used my ears. I could hear somebody. From there, I prepared, and it worked out well for us. So, as you can see, I go outside, do my normal thing. All of a sudden, I'm going to have an audio cue. I'm going to hear somebody driving, which is kind of surprising out here. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to swing around, use my ears so I can track where exactly it is. As you can tell, I get a good general idea of where they are. Right around here. Okay, I know it's a buggy. I hear the person, so I start following it, and then I see him right there. At first I thought he was going to come in close, so... Oh, wait. I wonder if that's... my motorcycle. And he wipes out. He fucks up. I go shooting for him. I go shoot for where he should be, but he stopped. So I get him on the next one. He's already damaged from that three-wheeled bike. In fact, I'm wondering if that was my old three-wheeled bike that I left in Poyana. And now you know why I leave those bikes where they are. Another thing to bring up, always remember ADS is always your friend, which is aim down sight. So you bring it up. The only time you'd want to hip fire, well, there's probably two occasions. If it's all of a sudden right next to you, and the second time is if you just need cover fire, you just need to make a noise, you need distraction, throw some bullets at somebody.
Shit. Where the hell did I kill him?
And right here I lost the kill box.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
My bad. Oh. Fuck. One of the best things about killing people is taking their loot. An M16 over a Mini 14. Tough call. I've got a compensator for it already. I'm just picking the Mini so I get used to it. It is a good weapon. It is just like an AR, except that, or the M16, except it holds less rounds and uses a different mag. But I already had a compensator. I figure, what the hell? I will use it. I don't know. Thinking back, I'm not going to worry too much on it. I think I probably... I can't remember. Did I just... I don't know if I had it extended or not, but... I don't know. Always grab meds, though. Usually... I mean, look at them. I got five first aids, 5 painkillers, 6 energy drinks. I'm going to be fine for... if I need to survive in the blue line, it won't take that long. That's why I'm going to continue looting.
Yeah, I really don't have that far to go.
Okay, let's talk about this 2-story real quick, the one on the left, the red. This is a really good loot building. I had this place over on the west coast where it had a couple of these. They're really good, and it's got 2 reasons for that. Actually, I can think of several reasons why they're good places. 1, there's a bunch of loot points, and they're really close together. 2, it's got a high AR, so chance. So you're looking at decent items, good tier 2 items. So we're looking at ARs, better helmets, ammo for every single one of them. And the third thing is it's got a upstairs, which is a really good defend point. And I believe it faces, yeah, to the left. You're looking at that door right there. If you were to open that door on the, what is that, south side? It just has the stairway that goes up, and usually you could just shoot down and rain hell on people. And it has multiple exit points, too, including upstairs. But it's also kind of dangerous doing that. But yeah, these are really good buildings to look at. If I had to choose between these 3 that was just right here, I'd probably choose that one as the solo one to go to. And sometimes I'll do that as I'm running through. If I'm behind the line, I'll hit up this house. Great chance for items just to even run through that bottom floor. Mostly health too. Oh. So, yeah. That shot was missed. I had the first shot, you could tell, and all of a sudden it just kind of slopes down, and that really saved him. It totally threw me from there on shooting at all. That's 100% me and nobody else to blame on that one. You can tell as soon as I heard what was going on, I heard a noise. You stay low, you crouch, and you start walking. Your sound circle is very minimal, so you'll hear them, they won't hear you. And one of the first things I also did after I realized, here comes a guy, I slowly made my way upstairs because, as I said, that stairway is nothing more than a kill area. So as you could tell, I was at the top of the stairs, looking down, wondering if he was going to come in. He got back in his car, and it made me think, okay, well, there's still a possibility that he's just going to drive to this front door and walk in that front door, and I'm just going to end him right there. But he kept driving, so that's when I set up for this next shot. One good shot, and then the rest were all just flubbed. But if I did better, you'd get the idea, and these things happen. Things happen to me a lot.
God damn, it's that fucking drop right there. That drop saved his ass. Wait. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna take a little sparkle damage. Should have been more. Oh, no, I did hide all that. I don't know.
So boom, took one to the noggin. A lot of damage. This one I'm riding. When something like this happens, I'm an open field. There's nothing to do because you can't engage, you can't find a spot. Haul ass and know where you are. Go to some place you're very familiar with. I know this area because, well, it's right in between 3 areas that I normally go to. I'm gonna find a place, get away from my vehicle. Lay down and heal. things I forget to do sometimes when I get somewhere, especially out of a vehicle, is to really take a good look around at your surroundings, make sure nobody's coming up. I should be watching almost like behind me as well. Unfortunately, I'm not. No one comes up on me, sadly. Well, at least I could have gotten into a fight, but you really kind of want to keep your head on a swivel. Take a look around. Just make sure nobody comes up on you, especially if that was a blue line. If the blue line was right on me or right next to me, sometimes people are, very late, and since you're already at a rock, that's what they're going to try to head to. This whole thing's going to be me just looking around, seeing if anybody arrives late. I can catch them off guard in a semi-open field. If I do see somebody and they haven't spotted me yet, I'll wait till they pass a tree, get middle of a clearing, and then kind of a better shot at them. Nope. So normally I would engage, but the line's coming in. I need to get out of there. I would benefit in no way, shape, or form because it's decently that line's away. Unfortunately, this area is just crap. I know you see those houses to the right, but even more east of them is just fields that lead up to the mountain. So I need to find some place, again, try to find something I'm familiar with. And I'm apparently not happy about it. So I'm going to look for anything, and that rock looks fine. Okay, so let's go over that little battle, and we'll see where my mistakes were, and what I did right, and what I did that you should try to repeat. Okay, so I'm going to try to take a little bit of the high ground, get an assessment of the area. I generally want to stay away from that bike, but who knows. And I start hearing a shot. Should be over to my west. So I go to check it out, because maybe they're shooting at somebody coming in my direction. Then I hear our next lucky contestant. It sounds really close, so I'm going to go for a tree in case I need cover. It's kind of a skinny tree, so it's not that good of cover, but it'll suffice, and I can always back out, go down the hill. There was that guy, and in slow motion I totally see him now. I absolutely did not notice him earlier, because I think I was looking for the guy that was shooting and not the guy he was shooting at. But I'm checking the horizon. I think I finally see that one guy. I probably could have killed him if I noticed him earlier. I'm going to wait for him to get in the car because I know exactly where he's going to be. He's easy to predict. And I see, boom, he got shot. I do something stupid here. There's a guy danger close. And what do? I take a shot at him. Horrible shot. Yeah, look at that. What was I thinking? I should have took it earlier. I think I was debating in my head, do I get greedy? And the answer was yes. I just kind of wanted to another kill. So I'm going to look for this guy. I'll check the horizon line. Well, I guess defilade line, but feels like a horizon to me. And boom, there he is, next to a tree. I'm going to wait. Hopefully he settles down. Maybe tries to heal if he's taking some damage. 2 good shots and then he moves away. Sometimes people jitterbug back and forth because they're not sure how far forward or how far back they could go, and that's why I took that 3rd shot behind the tree. So now that I missed him, I'm like, okay, I need to go end this guy. He's already damaged. He's got 2 shots on him. He should be clean. He should be fucked up. And this is the beauty of first person. Right now, he's going to heal, and he has to heal and not see me. Because it'd be dumb if he healed right in front of me where I could see him and he can keep his eye on me, because then I could just kill him. So he has no idea what I'm doing at this point. Whereas in third person, you heal, you use third person to view somebody, and then as you see they're coming, then you can prepare and get ready or stop healing. But not in this case. So I'm going to head straight for this rock, because I need cover, and I want to cut in half the ground between us. I don't know what kind of rifle he has, but I don't really want to get into a long-range game with him. I'm better at close range, especially with that ump. So I'm going to throw a grenade for the hay of it. I'm aiming right for that tree. Fortunately, when you got a tree, it's not going to roll as far. If I were to throw it on the ground, that thing would roll down halfway down the hill. I didn't do any priming on it, and that's something I need to work on. I'm going to go to the second rock to get protection. In fact, I probably would have gone maybe to the next rock to get the high ground. Or that tree. And he's dead. That was the end of him there. I'm gonna go loot his booty. So that all worked out. But yeah, I'm gonna be a bit aggressive on this, especially if you already got the shots in. There's nobody else around. I was bored. I want some kills. I didn't realize there was a road on me. Shit. Okay, so... Oh. Oh, fuck, is it this game? I totally thought I had a suppressor for my... I am confusing games. I thought in this game I had a suppressor and a compensator. I was using the compensator. Ooh, fun time. Listen, I don't have a... Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. I don't have a shot on this guy. I'm not gonna stand up and shoot at him. Especially when he's kind of close unless he stops, so... I let other people shoot at him, so I know where they are.
Oh, fuck. When you take a painkiller, have your finger ready on F in case danger pops out. You could hit F and start shooting. That's close. I bet you he's right in the same place where I shot that one guy.
There's gonna be a lot of nothing going on around here. For the most part, I'm just standing there, seeing if I can listen, figure out who is where, and I'm not gonna shoot anybody unless they're coming in my direction. If I saw somebody's head, I don't know, I might get greedy. I really wasn't thinking about it. A lot of this is kind of like snap decision making, but I probably would not have fired or tried to aggressively gone after somewhere. I'm really upset that I'm always in the center here. This is actually probably not the best place for someone like me. I would love to be on the edge coming in and attacking people. It's just easier to fight, collect stuff.
Stupid bike's making noise. Try not to kill anybody unless they're heading my direction. 'Cause then I know. They might spot me, so. Except this guy. Yeah, it's definitely coming from in front. Not so much worried about those two guys. If there's fighting, somebody's gonna probably try to roll up on them. Yep. Fuck. So, one of the benefits of being this far juiced, here we go. This far juiced up is it steadies your shooting. No. Now I have to look everywhere. This is fucked up. Rock's my blind spot. This ain't gonna end well for me. I already tell you that. That's a distraction. In fact, fuck. That was stupid of me. It rolled. I was gonna pick right on me. hear if somebody was walking. I couldn't see.
Okay, we got a lot of things to go over here before we go into the slow motion kill of what just happened. The first thing I forgot to address was this bush that I'm actually in right now. Rocks are pretty obvious, but this bush at a low angle works out very well, as you can see. This guy that's coming up won't see me. He'll probably look in my general direction, and everybody else, they're looking at the rock, and they're like, oh, look around the rock, no problem. So this whole time, I'm just laying flat, listening, seeing if I can find somebody. Somebody threw a smoke grenade. And generally, I'll guarantee you, smokes on this portion of the final push are used as a distraction. Not so much for cover, but as a distraction. And as soon as somebody threw that, I went, oh yeah, I should probably do that. But I was actually going to use it as camouflage. I was going to throw it right underneath me, so let the smoke billow up. People go, oh, that's 100% a distraction smoke grenade, and it will also protect me. I only need protection for a little bit, so I'd be fine. Unfortunately, when I threw it, it rolled downhill a little bit, and I just wasn't expecting it. On top of that, I had that motorcycle making that noise that was just kicking over. Maybe it helped me out. Because people would see it and look around, not see anything. Maybe it made this guy feel a little bit better about his position. So yeah, this kill was just 100% handed to me. I just wanted to take my time. We're at close range, so something could have gone wrong. He could have actually still have killed me. I just need to make sure all my shots counted. And as you can see, he does a little bit of a back and forward, which is really smart because this helps prevent headshots. You just kind of do a little jitter, back forward, left, right, make a little box. It helps you kind of look around left and right, and it just makes you harder to hit, which is why I'm kind of like settling on him, waiting for it, and then I'll do what I have to do. At the same time, the blue line came up on me. I couldn't just get up and go. I heard his footsteps, and it kind of made me freeze. But again, I'm good. We've seen my loadout. We've seen how much in boost I have, how much in first aid I have. This line is going to do a lot of damage, and in fact, you can see the chunk that it's taking off right there. That's a per second chunk there. I'll be fine on this, but let me just tell you right now, there's not much more to the video because I made a classic DH mistake, which I do make in the final pushes a lot. In fact, I think I've done it like too many times in the last 2 days. All right, let's watch the slow. So right here, I can 100% hear somebody. I know they're coming, so you can see I start aiming up. I'm like, where is he? I'm not that far off. You can see I'm barely on the edge, covered by all that foliage. I want to take aim. I see he's still moving around. I'm going to wait for my shot. He doesn't run forward where I thought he'd expect him. He keeps bobbing back and forth. So I'm just gonna squeeze the trigger, and when I'm ready, I think I'm holding control. Let's see. Yep. There it is. I controlled it, took my time, made sure he was executed, didn't even know where I was by the time he fell dead. Works out well.
Is that rock in? Shit. Ooh. Oh shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, dude, why did I think the line stopped? Oh, my God. That was horrible. Well, that's what happens. So, let's talk about this. What happened here? After I killed that guy, I took a little bit of damage. Of course, the blue line came up on me. No problem. I managed it. I came up. I moved. I healed up. And then the line came again. Actually, was it the same one? Might have been. And as I was moving forward, I outpaced the line. I got past it, and it was moving so slow that I thought, oh, the line stopped. So I laid down. Time to heal. I'll heal real quick, and then I figured I'd end up skating the line, and I could have sworn that the end of the circle was much closer anyway at the same time. So I technically made 2 mistakes there. But the number one thing, and I tend to do this a lot, is I misjudge that circle. And that's not it's a bad thing when I do it wrong. But overall, I try not to be afraid of the circle. Too many people fear it, and rightfully so. It kills more people than pretty much anybody usually per game. But some people are overly scared of it. They just they have no idea what to do. They don't realize how badly or how long they can last. And some of my other games I'll show you when I do advanced stuff, where I'll load up and I'll just ride the line. I had one where I had to do this very long walk from Poyana all the way to military base, and I almost traversed the main island on foot. But I ended up getting chicken dinner that map. So, but the point was, all I had meds, bandages, best friend, and boost. But in this case, it was just yeah, I got boned. I got boned because I laid down because I thought the line stopped. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video and you learned something from it. The best thing to do, play, watch the video, try to repeat, play again. And you're going to draw your own conclusions. You're going to have more questions. That's fine. Come to me or, anyone in the squad to help you out with that. A lot of stuff is going to come down to preferences. What gun you can handle better. Are you better? Some people could just plink off shots faster than others can automatically fire and maintain. So a lot of it's just going to be dependent on you. So take everything you hear with a grain of salt. And just remember, if it works for you, it works for you. Get in your solo games. Your solo games are much harder than your squad games. And if you can take care of yourself in solo, you can also help take care of other people in squads. The hardest thing about playing squads is just learning who your other people are. As you see in this game, I was able to maintain stealth that whole time. This was essential for me to become number 3. I could have taken it further, but I screwed up. But this couldn't be done in squads because there were just too many people. But if we were down to, say, the last 20, it's a different game entirely when playing squads. If we had last 20 people and there was 4 people still in your squad, there's a good chance you're going to win. It's a lot of people, and you should be outnumbering them. It's not a guarantee, but it puts the odds in your favor. Thanks for watching.